De mare.
We're back. Yay.
Hello.
Family chat hour. Let your hair down. Chill out. We did it.
We've done it again.
2 beautiful days. Bámbula, remember for revolution, and Sing, Speak, Stay, communicating resilience. We had people come through from all over the world. I mean, we were made speechless many times, which is not an easy thing to do for either Dima or I.
And people will tell you.
They'll let you know. I mean, I'm proud of us, and I'm proud of us, all of you out there watching in whatever capacity you are. This happens together. So here we are for family chat. This is a time that we've decided to start doing at the end of all of our events, where if you look at our webpage or if you look in our comments here, I'll post right now, you can come into the stream and share. Let us know what you think. Share a song. Say the comment that you really wanted to say on that when you were watching that panel, but then you forgot to say it and then you just remembered. Come do that. We have Linda here to share something with us. I'm excited. I actually don't know, so I think I was told and I forgot. So I'll let you, Dima, introduce Linda. But thank you for all of your support and being with us, and know that this is the most informal thing that we do at Africa Week, in that come in your pajamas, come however you want, show up and get on the screen and say what you want to say. You could be eating. Look, Joel
Munoz is in. Hello. Welcome.
Yeah.
A returning family member, Africa Week 2020 family member. She joined in our inaugural event in May. She hosted and boasted her work. She's connected to some of the presenters, and she's going to share with you a little bit of who she is, what she's doing, how Africa Week 2020 has been so far. I'm putting her completely on the spot right now. I didn't even tell her she's going to be doing this, but I have faith in how she's going to share this, and hopefully it'll inspire you to get more active, roll up your sleeves, and be as present and willing to do what you can to just join and be part of Africa Week 2020. Linda, thank you for joining us for the Family Hour.
Thank you, Dima. Thank you, Alexandra. It's a pleasure to be here. What you guys are doing is amazing. Africa Week 2020 was amazing, and I had no idea this was continuing, so I'm so happy. And obviously, I can't wait for September as well. I've already made my pledge, so I'm excited about that. My name is Linda Foinding. A little bit about myself. I would describe myself as a community leader and a master in the art of gathering, because I love regrouping my people together in one place for a common cause. And I am the creator of Amazingly Africa. So a little bit about Amazingly Africa. Amazingly Africa is a Pan-African leadership network, and the platform is dedicated to the next generation of leaders. As you guys know, the World Bank estimated that 11 million youth will be in Africa's labor market, and women have higher rates of unemployment than men in all African countries. I want to bring this specific statistic that I found out in May. About 2.1 million Americans filed for unemployment in 1 week because of COVID-19, and about 55% of those people were women, and that's just in the month of May. And I thought that was really crazy. So I will bring that up because it's it ties into a little bit about what we do at Amazingly Africa. We have a few programs that we offer. One of them is called the Princess Warrior Initiative. And our mission is to empower women by providing them with a platform and resources and education in order to compete in the 21st century changing world. The Princess Warrior, because I was inspired by all of the women in history. Every single one of them was a queen, a princess, and they were also a warrior whenever it required them to lift up their skirts, lift up their dress, and go into battle. So it's an ode to our ancestors. And yeah, so Amazingly Africa, like I said, the platform, our goal is to provide resources for talent development and job opportunities, and also an access to a global pool of mentors. So another one of our initiatives is the Talking Drum, which is a book club that where we have the opportunity to learn about, to connect between Africans on the continent and the diaspora, where we read interesting books and we discuss them virtually. The books that we read are usually by African writers on the continent or in the diaspora. And our goal is really to be able to immerse ourselves in those works that our ancestors have done, to be able to learn from everything that they've already written out for us, all the plans that they already set out for us, and to be able to implement that. So the last thing that we have is Umoja Sessions, which is the podcast. And I think that's why Dima brought me on here to talk, because Umoja Sessions, the podcast, is the goal is to foster the dialogue between Africa and the diaspora once again, because we're a global family, like we say on Africa 2020. And the goal is to share creative and innovative stories of young Afro entrepreneurs, and also have roundtable discussions on social, political, economic topics. And honestly, Amazingly Africa is only amazing because Africa and the diaspora, we are amazing. And that's why it was named that. So thank you for having me here. I'm pretty sure I spoke for more than I was supposed to, but I thank you so much. And yeah.
Linda, there is no supposed to. Your
Yeah.
family, until someone interrupts you or an elder says, shh, you don't know what you're talking about. Doesn't happen here. You're fine. Ooh, Sandra says, I love book clubs.
Yay. That's amazing.
Actually, I asked you to come on here for all that you do, not just the podcast. Though the podcast, I will ask you to, again, I'll send you that link, because that's one of the offerings of the Nubia Initiative, is that we're yielding our platform. We're having these talks, these podcasts, these live shows, whatever you want to call them, on the Africa Week 2020
nice
page itself. All we ask from you is to tell us what it is you want to talk about, what the idea behind the show, this podcast is, how often you want to have it. You want to have it once a week, once a month, once every 2 weeks, however it is. What we'll do is we'll send you the link, and it'll be live streamed on our page and on yours. But what that will do is that it'll give you access to our larger family to reach out to them.
Awesome. Yeah, I look forward to that. And thank you so much for having me here. If anybody is looking for more information, just go to amazinglyafrica.com. Simple and sweet. And yeah, I'm always on the lookout for emails and info. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much for joining us, for sharing this with us. I can vouch for how quickly Linda will respond and come through to you. Oh, it's not posting for some reason, but we see it there. I will put it here as well for people to see it. Thank you, Linda. Keep what I said earlier, for keeping that posted of ideas for September, whether you will have a series of Umoja's conversations or dialogues throughout September, like one every day, or maybe have some of the book clubs, the book club discussion specifically for September, and you want to call on people to join this to choose a book for September, and then you can lead the conversation on it. You know, we haven't had that. So
Awesome. Yeah, that
we're
would
doing
be
it.
amazing. I'm open to all of it. So yeah,
Perfect.
let's do
Perfect.
it.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you so, so
Thank
much.
you, Dima.
Feel
Thank
free
you,
to stay
Alexandra.
on if you like. I know you're a busy woman and you have all these things to do, Princess Warrior. So if you're worrying on,
We
know
are
that
all
we,
princess warriors.
yes, we
Thank
send you
you.
our love and our strength. Keep doing what you're doing and keep inspiring us. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, and Joel Munoz.
Joel
I don't think
Munoz.
I'm saying it right, but Joel
Yes.
Munoz, come back. Where did he go? I don't know. Come back.
He'll be back. He'll be back. Ooh, what else? Family, tuning in. Wherever you're tuning in from. Sandra, feel free to hop back on. You have the link. I really love the name of that book club, Talking Drum.
Yeah.
So Talking Drum, and we have earlier today, we have walking books and talking drums.
Wow. And talking drum is actually inspired by, you know, the Adinkra symbols. One of them is called Dono Toaso, and the translation is the talking drum. So that's where I got inspired from that.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Thank you. Keep inspiring. Joe, you say you're here. We don't see you. Click on that.
Oh, we don't see you in the studio. You were in the studio and then you were out.
Yes, come back in.
You're welcome to come back, Joel.
So we have Amazingly Africa, and we have a Mazen here. How you doing, Mazen?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How's everybody doing?
Breathe in. Breathe out.
Eid Mubarak.
Thank you.
Thank you, sister.
Yes.
You're welcome.
There was, I mean, for those celebrating away from home, away from their land, away from their family, it is and happened to tune in for Africa Week 2020. I hope it gave you just a little bit of a sense of you are not alone, and that somewhere someone is thinking of you, is praying for you, is sending you love, because we're all connected. And even though you may not know us in person yet, and even though we may look like unhinged, crazy people, just randomly having these conversations here, we can't wait to meet you, whoever you are. Tell us something to celebrate. There's Joel.
Here's Joel.
Or Joel.
Oh, maybe it's Joel.
Something to celebrate.
I think it's Joel.
However you guys feel comfortable saying it, I have no problem. Hello.
No, but what is it?
Hello.
What did your mother call you, or your father call you?
It's usually pronounced in Spanish, so Joel.
Joel. Ha! I'm so proud of myself. You know, it's just because people call me Daima.
Daima?
What?
Yes, I know. It hurts. It hurts when you do that.
What?
They're reaching.
Joey Zaza says, hello, little bro. Hi.
How do you know this creature, Joel?
How do I know Joey? Well, a long time ago, I heard from one of my best friends that his father, trained people in mixed martial arts and self-defense, and I had always been a big fan of it. Always been a big fan. Never tried it out. I was, I think, 19 at the time, or 20, and I just went for it. And that's how I learned how to defend myself. I learned a lot of self-discipline. I learned a lot about my own culture that I didn't know with him, and that's how I know him. Yeah.
Yay! Is this your first Africa Week 2020 event?
Yes. Yes, it is.
What? Yay!
Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
Welcome. What will you be doing with us in September?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I'm here to learn primarily. Let's see how this goes.
Where are you coming from?
I'm from Puerto Rico.
All right, all right.
Okay.
Zaza's very proud of you.
Thank you.
So, which events? What sort of stood out to you in the last couple of days?
Well, actually, right now I just got this link. Joey recommended it to me. He said, "Just go take a look, check it out. See, I want to know what you think about it." It's a great. He said it is.
You poor thing. You
Fosters
have
a good.
no idea what you're walking into, do you?
No, I don't.
We
I don't.
didn't tell you that we're going to be getting a pledge from you. I'm kidding. You don't get pledges in the family hour, but I just want.
Not,
But-
Am I to understand this is the first thing you've come to at Africa Week 2020?
yes.
This thing right here?
It's
Yeah.
the family meeting, the family hour.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Joelle, as
Take
someone
one
studying
feeling.
psychology, what do you see can be useful to keep our heads clear and calm in these times of turmoil?
I have something for that.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. What can we put this up here? Because this is something that this is like the main work that I'm doing right now, is to use this time to find out who you really are. And to set up really good self-care and support system in your own self-care and in your own nutrition and everything you can do to take care of your mind, spirit, and body. Because as you go on this journey into yourself, sometimes it can feel a little rough. And there's a skill in being able to get through those rough patches. And that's why you set up your self-care. But in these times, when you develop a skill of discovering who I am, okay, self-care, discovering who I am, self-care. When you get over those rough patches, you will find a peace. When you start to feel these, I don't know, levels or these different dimensions of yourself, you will find a peace and a calm about who you are and where you stand in this world that you never could have had if you weren't doing that kind of work. Now, how do you do that work? It's different for everyone. For some people, it's through martial arts. For some people, it's through being with our ancestors. For some people, it's through a deeper spiritual study. For some people, it's through the very work that they have always wanted to create it, but are not need to start creating it. Oh, my cat got something. For some people, it's a combination of these things. But the calmness, the calmness comes from that focused journey within and continuing to go without the commitment to go in. That's what I think for these times right now. I might not have said that 7 months ago, but we're in a time right now of revelation. We're in a time of transparency, and we're being asked and supported to do that very work. So that's my answer.
Nice. I like the last thing you said about doing something that you've always wanted to do and then finally getting around to it. I think that around this time, especially with the quote unquote pandemic happening, a lot of people realize that if you don't let go of fear, you'll never be able to achieve the things that you've always wanted to do. So yeah, I like that.
Joelle, the question was actually for you, monsieur.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, you're fine.
I'm so sorry.
That's fine. You gave a very, very, very specific answer, very developed answer.
I can't read it this time of night. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
No,
if I were
was
to
just
give,
putting him on the spot, Alexandra. This is insane. I'm just showing him the kind of love we will be showing him in the future, because it looked like he for a second there unclenched, and he's like, "Okay, I don't have to answer this question." It's like, shh. They took it. I'm like, nope. Come back here.
Yeah. There was a reason that I came into the panel and then mysteriously disappeared. It's because I was an accident, actually. I was supposed to just watch it from the live stream, but okay, I'm here now. I'll answer.
Too late.
Yeah, I'll answer that question from my perspective, being a psychology major. It's very important. You're going to be flooded, and we're all being flooded with information from the pandemic or from whatever's going on around the world. A lot of the information, I'm not going to say most, but a lot of the information you're going to get is going to be extremely biased. It's going to be presented in a way that's going to fearmonger, and it's going to eat at you, and it's going to develop fear. You're going to be afraid. You're going to actually you could develop anxiety traits because you don't know what's happening anymore, and what you do know, because what you've been told has been has usually been death and illness and severe pathologies. What I suggest is, as Alexandra mentioned, you have to take time right now. Take time for yourself. Right, take time for yourself and practice self-care, and that could be anything from, as she mentioned, it could be martial arts, reading, or watch a movie, whatever you do that makes you feel good, makes you feel productive at the same time. Develop a skill, learn new things, and be very mindful of the information that you consume and the research that you do. I think that and you have family, spend time with your family as well, and learn together. But that's I think Alexandra covered everything I would have said, basically from a clinical standpoint. Yeah.
I mean, I want to amplify what you said about the fear mongering. That what you're going to be presented with is very biased. That's a really important thing for people to understand, that we get inundated. We already get inundated with that, but especially right now when there's so much of this, what we're seeing, chaos around us, it's a really good way to control us. If they can keep us in fear and anxiety, and they can do that by throwing as much divisive, scary things at us as possible. If we're living in fear and we develop those, like you said, anxiety traits, because I'm actually somebody who doesn't, I personally have never been diagnosed with any sort of anxiety sort of, I've never been diagnosed with anxiety, but I have gone through times where my friend who actually takes medication for it has been like, dude, do you know what this is? And I'm like, no. And she'll tell me, and it's like anxiety traits. And so I'm really glad that you brought that up, because this is something that, that if we're aware of it, if we're aware of it, then we can do something about it. We can know how to handle it. So thank you for making us more aware of what is on our path right now.
Yes. Thank you. And Joey, thank you for that question as well. You know, as much as we want to say we have all this power within, and that, you know, we have all this strength, and we do, but we also have to acknowledge that this madness is it can be a lot, and it can be overwhelming. And if we don't pump the brakes every now and then to take a breath, to recognize the amount of things that we are absorbing from around us because we're trying to alleviate the pain off of others, because it's happening subconsciously. We're not even realizing that we're taking on their pain.
Yeah.
We're not even realizing that we're trying to you know, we just think, hey, we're just being there, you know, we're just being family, we're just, yeah, but it weighs, and then you keep going and going and going, and then one day you can't even sit up straight because the weight of things that you have absorbed and carried on your shoulders to just allow whoever it is you're trying to allow to sit up straight or stand up straight and feel like they're okay and they're solid, and then you don't know what to do with yourself. So I really appreciate the question, Joey. I really appreciate the reminder. And again, it goes back to what this platform here is all about. Reminding ourselves of the things that we don't necessarily want to remember. We don't want to remember that we are trying to help each other to the point that we are and can be helpless. This can turn to self-harm sometimes, you know? And as an Aquarian, this is something I suffer from on so many different levels. and I take offense to people who tell me, hey, you need to rest, you know? You can't save the world. Yes, I can, and watch me. But let me go sleep for a little bit and I'll be back. I'll be back.
Hello, Marissa. Welcome.
I've heard it been called.
Hi, it's good to be here.
This is my family, guys. Joel is my little brother. Marisa is my niece. I'm loving this.
Hi, welcome to Africa Week 2020. Is this your first event, or have you seen other stuff?
I was here yesterday, and I was in and out today because I had some family issues and errands, but I did get to go through the anti-blackness, and that was so validating.
Yay!
Mazin.
So it was
Are you up for a follow-up to that conversation?
definitely. I'm biracial, but I grew up in a white home. My mother is white, my grandmother is white, my grandparents are white. So our world has been turned upside down because they're just not ready for these conversations. And they're just like, well, why didn't you speak up? And it's like, I did. I did. It's finally good to be able to connect with people who, can validate what I've been through, because I have friends of color, but I also have my own barriers with being able to understand what they've gone through. I mean, I live north of where Sandy and Joey is, and you've probably heard of Claremont County, Ohio, because of Bethel, Ohio, and the recent protests that went on there. BuzzFeed did a article about it, and it's been hell living up here since. What's it like in terms of living up here in Claremont County, or what's been different since everything's gone down this year, since my family's been woken up? I'm going to go with since my family's been woken up. Sorry about this clock. It's older than I am. Since everything has gone down this year, and my family has gotten a wake-up call with what's going on around us, because I always knew what areas to stay out of because my mother warned me of stay out of Bethel. They're not really nice. They don't really like you. Just be safe. Be safe, be safe, be safe. My grandparents listen to the news every day, and they throw their hands up in exasperation of, why is Cincinnati protesting? We never had any issues in Cincinnati. Wow. You never had any issues in Cincinnati. You never had any issues in Cincinnati because you stayed out of the areas that have those issues, because you can stay out of those issues. And suddenly I'm the bad guy who started family drama. So it's been a slow go, and the complications further happen with the election, and our house is very torn and undecided. My grandfather is pro-Trump. My grandmother's looking at him like, why? My mother is trying to hide. We're all under one roof. We all live together. We just had an incident tonight with my oldest brother in the election, and he stormed out and took my niece with him, and now there's family drama there. So it's been hell. So to be able to get on here and to hear these conversations and, see the opinions that I am just almost there at being fully fleshed out, that makes me feel so good. So thank you guys so much for the heavy day today and the fun day yesterday. Yesterday ended, I got off, I told Zaza, that was wonderful. I'll see you tomorrow.
And then you didn't see tomorrow coming. You didn't see this kind of. It's all about balance.
For bringing all of that. I think I have a delay. I think maybe more than one of us are talking. I'm sorry. Should I go on? Okay. So this is one of the biggest divides that's happening right now that I see over and over again. And I don't know if I said this before, but a lot of the sessions that I do so I have a program called Black Mentor for White People Who Are Ready, which that's the name of it, but I work with people who identify all the in any way, really. And I have a tool that I'm going to post for you. It's specifically for having difficult conversations, giving you sort of framework to understand how to approach the conversation. I think you might dig it. And I just want to acknowledge that this is your warrior work that you're doing right now, and I appreciate you coming and sharing that with us. And I'm just going to post this tool. Thank you for sharing that, and I hope this tool helps you.
Thank you. I look forward to it.
Sorry, correct me if I mispronounced your name. I was in and out. Marissa, is that how it's pronounced?
Correct.
Okay. So I definitely want to thank you for opening up and sharing what you shared with us. That's deeply personal. And it's courage to be able to share what you shared. And so I want to thank you for that. And I also want to let you know that, these tough conversations are happening with families across the nation, with immigrant families, with families that are born here and have resided in the U.S. for generations, and that you're not alone in that, and that if you need any help in having these kinds of conversations, we're here for you as a family. I'm personally here for you. I'll make myself available whenever it is that you need. You can feel free to reach out for me. I'm no expert in having these tough conversations, but I can give you material and kind of guide you to people who may be able to help you a little bit more, and who should be able to make the conversation a little bit easier, given that there's so many different dynamics working there. But again, I really want to thank you for your courage and your bravery in sharing that. It takes a lot, and again, it's greatly appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I will look up this tool and bookmark it. And the good thing is my grandparents are very open to conversation. We had a long one today about the definition of white privilege. And, my grandparents grew up poor. Both of them did. So they're walking at me like I didn't have no privilege. It's just like, all right, well, let's talk about it. And it went smooth. It went smooth tonight, thankfully.
I'm getting really emotional. Marissa, if it'll help you, we're going to be working on, for the September event, as we said, you've been tuned in from the beginning of the day. For the September event, it's all about you. It's about you and it's about us, right? If there is any way from now until then, we are able to start building blocks to have either some form of guideline or checklist, or create a little library of these tools, of the material that Mazen can put forward, of maybe just a list of guides and advisors. I know in our inaugural Africa Week 2020 for the spiritual panel, we had someone, and Alexandra hosted someone for the name is completely escaping me. I want to say it was Lily, but I may be wrong on the
biracial.
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you about this, Dima. I have a group of 4 or 5 for a biracial panel that I want to put together. So
there you go. And
I was going
to. You are now, whether you like it or not, because you seem lovely and young, and I'm older than you, and I am tired, and so I will boss you around, because this is what family does sometimes. And welcome to the revolution, and welcome to Mama Africa. This is how we do it here. I will call and fine, I'll make it a little bit democratic. How many people do we have right now live with us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 exactly. We're gonna vote to have Marissa be in charge of putting this panel together along with Alexandra, and be the moderator to ask all these questions. So you know how to ask the questions. You know how to poke the answers that you need. and you have from now until September to prepare that. All those in favor, fists up.
Okay. Okay, I will take that responsibility.
You see, Joelle, at least I didn't have you on a panel yet.
When I jumped into the language, I'm like, Sandy! I'm sitting at the mall, like, oh, I got to get this. People are staring at me. We're having a conversation. I'm getting not very nice looks.
Actually, Joelle, so there's this panel that I'm putting together that I'm just gonna float it out there because I don't know, maybe is about the psychological effects of the being in the prison system and working with kids who are trying to get out. So I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know if that's where you feel like you fit in, but this might be one of many ideas.
Could you repeat that topic,
We're
please?
talking about people in the prison systems, the psychological effects of that.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Sorry I have to leave. Thank you so much for having me. It was great meeting you all. Hopefully, yeah. Sorry, Dima, you were saying you're on mute. Okay. It was great meeting everybody. I can't wait to do more and connect with everybody. So I'll be looking forward to the fellowship stuff and the book club stuff. So have fun and have a good weekend.
Stay blessed. And while we have this break here, I would like to direct everyone's attention that the after party has officially begun. We are free to stay here as long as you are available. Actually, not as long as you are available, because let's be very honest, I will crash very, very soon. But the Queen, Evalise's birthday is starting. The Woman Bomba Karaoke, international divas from around the world tuning in to celebrate this Shiro, who was with us on the panel, who started us over this morning with her beautiful voice and her beautiful spirit and her beautiful vibes. And moving forward, please make sure you stop by. We'll drop the link here for you to stop by, show her some love, maybe dance a little bit when they do their moves. She's turning 33. Big love to her. We thank her for choosing to start her birthday with us. I will find that link and I will bring it on here. But now going on to back to Joelle and this panel that you are put on.
The psychological effects of people in prison and then when they get out, working with people when they get out.
Okay, well, I could definitely do some research on that. I don't think there are some topics. I'm an advocate for research, right? You have to have your statistics, you have to have your facts to back up what you're gonna state, so that it carries weight, carries more power. That way, you could reach out to more people if you have some sort of proof, you have a receipt, right? If someone doesn't want to believe you, it's like, oh, okay, you don't have to. It's a fact, right? But I feel like there are certain topics that you don't need to do a lot of research on to know that they're a reality. Like, it's like saying poverty causes depression. Do I have to research? Of course, you can research it again because you have to have a systematic way to explain it. But that's a given. You should expect that's a given. If you can't afford a quality of life, like Maslow had his pyramid of what it takes to fully form yourself and auto realize yourself as a human being. And at the bottom of his pyramid are basic needs. You need to have shelter, food, water, right, clothing, and that's a basic. If you don't have those, you can't keep going up the pyramid and live a happier, more fulfilled life. So regarding the effects of the prison system, I think that. Yeah, I'm going to do research on it, but I think that there are definitely a myriad of negative impacts on a person's socio-cognitive, behavioral, every single aspect of their psychology. There are negative effects on that. You have to reintegrate into society once you come out. It's difficult to do so because you're on record as being someone who's committed a crime, so finding a job is going to be harder. And therefore, your quality of life is going to suffer if you can't find a job and pay the bills. You're not gonna feel really good. You're gonna have this looming threat of your well-being taking a hit if you can't pay the bills. And your family, right? Family is usually what we have at the end of the day. Family could turn their back on you too if just because you ran through the prison system. So yeah, I think anywhere from depression, anxiety, even post-traumatic stress qualities. But yeah, I'll look for it. I was just giving you like a little example of what I thought over the like on the top of my head.
Yeah, Joelle, that's just an idea. But if there's something that you are passionate about that you want to bring, I was just starting to figure out where, trying to plant ideas. But if there's something that you're passionate about that you're
Maybe
already
we can start there. Joelle, why psychology?
Why psychology? Why did I choose psychology? I am curious about how we work, about the unseen processes that drive our behavior, our emotion, how that plays into our behavior. I'm curious about that. I like to know how things work with behavior, and of course, I've always wanted to help people in a way where they could better their life, right? I could have been a counselor. A lot of counselors will give a person a solution, right, to a problem. I rather give the person the tools to be their own solution. I rather work with them that way so that the process sticks longer and they grow as a person as opposed to just having the solution on hand. So,
a good counselor will not provide the solution. A good counselor will provide the guidance.
Okay.
Those guys. I go to them for solution. Like, help! I need help. I'm kidding. Don't hate. We don't hate.
No, it's okay.
Nope. But sometimes you get so frustrated. You think like, oh, I could so spoon their eyes out right now if they tell me, what do you think you want to do?
Just be curious about those feelings and where they come from. They come from because we're in a pandemic. That's where this anxiety comes from.
Yeah.
So you can help me with that. To speak on your potential panel for the psychological effects of, I think it was being in prison, if my brain is working correctly. A good structure would be to break down that pyramid of basic needs, the bottom level, and see how coming out of the prison system just usurps that. Rug out from under the feet. 100%. Here's what happens. Here's why it happens. And that might be a good and easy place to start for research as well.
Research, we have time. And as we said, we are looking for our team to grow as we put these panels, as we put these discussions together. How this whole thing started, and we weren't kidding when we said our inaugural event was essentially our circle of friends. That's it. It was the immediate network of 2 people. C'est tout. Yesterday, it was the network of 3 people. And well, I think between yesterday and today, now we have passed, I haven't looked, but yesterday we had gotten 9,000 people to tune in to the page. Yeah. Talk about a family reunion. And today I haven't checked, but I think halfway through the day we had reached, I'm drawing blanks because there were too many numbers on that page. There are a lot of people that are coming through just from our immediate connection. So when we say we want our team to grow, that also means that the discussions and the kind of discussions we have will grow. And we need this to be centralized. See, a big reason of why our people continue to be oppressed. No, sorry. We need it to be decentralized. And this is why I need to stop and get offline, because I'm starting to say stuff that is wrong and it'll be quoted and it'll come back at me later. We want this process to be entirely decentralized. So when you say, hey, I want something on the history of locks, and how that relates to spirituality, and when did that become a taboo? That can very well be a panel. You want that? Do it. Take ownership. Come to us, say, I want a panel on the history of locks. I'm going to do that panel. I will bring the speakers. The only thing we ask is to make room on your panel for us to suggest at least 2 people. Because all we try to do is make sure these panels are representative as much as possible and show a variety of experiences, which is why I'm so very, very grateful Sandra was able to tune in to our panel earlier, to the discussion and the conversation about Once Upon Our Language and the importance of preserving endangered languages, and not just endangered languages, but the importance of knowing our language to be able to connect with our people, to be able to pass on this knowledge, this history, this resilience, this revolution to the next generation. Because if we're genuine about us saying the revolution does not sleep, the revolution does not end, if every day we will wake up and say we are Africa rising in this revolutionary sense, we have to mean it, we have to own it, we have to be ready and prepared to know how we will pass this revolution on. Because as much as we can carry the torch from now until 10 years down the line, eventually we're going to need to put that torch down. We're going to need to give that torch to someone else. And if we don't know how to communicate with that someone else, it won't work. So whatever it is you want to do, come to us and say, this is what we want to do. You want to have a dance class? Have a dance class. Cooking class? You want to have a session on how to brew good beer? Whatever it is you want to do, Africa Rising, yeah! Mama Kathy, if you want to have a panel on when to use the apostrophe plural S, we call on you to do that. I see Alexandra saying, oh my God, you're muted, Alexandra, but I think it needs to happen. Joey says, Sandy
I will join that panel, okay? I will be right there front and center. Please.
And he's the one who taught me how to make pasteles.
Right. For those of you who don't know, Kathy Lewis is my mom.
Yes, and they have ongoing discussions and back and forths and what do you call? Oh, and Mazen's back! Yay! On the use of that S and the apostrophe, and it's just been it's been so refreshing to read and so nice. She says, my panel consists of me and Google. Okay, we'll be here to listen. That sounds like it's a workshop. You just need to tell us when and where on the week spectrum of things. Here we are.
Can I just say if anybody can find the live feed?
I couldn't find the live feed. I found the link to the event and I've shared that.
Let us know if you can find it. We have the link, and I said, I asked her too, and she sent me the same thing. So either they're starting late or there's some sort of Facebook.
No, I think once you accept or RSVP to the event on Facebook, maybe you will receive something, possibly.
I have going.
That's all. And you didn't get a link? I don't think you're cool enough, Alexandra.
I'm so sad about this. We want to share it and everything, but there's.
I'm kidding. Because I am no expert. I just look up stuff a lot. I wonder where your daughter got it from. I don't wonder anymore. I did wonder before, but like we'd be in the middle of a conversation and I think I could just see how it's done. Okay, yes, I can make this website happen. I need to cut this video. I don't know how it's done. Hang on, let me look it up real quick. Yep, 3 videos out. Mashallah, mashallah, mashallah. Ah,
I love you, and I gotta go. I think I'm done.
yes.
This is a good place to stop for me.
This is yes, it is. Sorry, I'm having some audio difficulties. That's okay. We are having all kinds of difficulties. And we will take this as a sign that we need to rest. I will, for a last moment, to just have a quick round around if there's anything you want to share with us, anything you want us to celebrate with you, anything you want us to send prayers for you or support you in any way, please come through. Sandra.
So I just wanted to thank you guys for once again having this platform available. I'm also wanted to thank my family, my sobrina Marisa, my hermanito Joel for joining us and being as vocal as you are. You guys know how proud I am of you. I'm always proud of you. So thank you for joining us here and for extending the family. I wanted to thank Joey for bringing me to this as well, because I knew, and Beto, thank you, Beto, so much.
Yes.
Manito, Beto, you're amazing. But I also wanted to congratulate you guys on just this platform, this growth. It has been awe-inspiring. My auntie actually saw when I was on with the language, and she's also an educator. And so she said, what's going on? What's this about? This is amazing. So I said, well, keep on sharing, keep on sharing. And she's like, yeah, definitely. And she's very much stemmed in all roots that we have as Puerto Ricans. We have roots everywhere. But she definitely honors our African roots and is claiming, actually, she told me that she was taking African dance as we speak. She's always been a dancer. So she's just like, oh, what are the odds? And I was like, yeah, the synchronicities are important. And that's kind of like where I wanted to close. Synchronicities are there. They're important, be it the universe, be it divine intervention, be it what have you. Just keep your eyes open to them, be mindful of them, and allow your heart to follow them. And things will take you on that path that you have no idea where you're going to end up, but follow the vibe that it gives you. And if it's good, just trust in it and keep on going. So I just wanted to thank you for that. And just to close on that.
Thank you. Invite them too. Be intentional in your invitation to these synchronicities. You have the power to invite them and they will listen. We all function under universal law. We all share the same universe, and it operates on 3 axes: thought, words, action. Very basic, very simple. Anything else is just like things they're trying to distract us with. It all goes down to thoughts, words, actions. Call on these synchronicities. Call on what you want. Call on this family to come together. Sandra, call on your aunt to have a panel. Educators, you know what? Our inaugural one, we had a panel on what does a Pan-African curriculum look like? Have her tune in. Yes, tune in. Alexandra has been archiving everything. It is going to be on our new flashy, sexy, great website that she put together. So thank you for sharing that. Joelle, anything to share, anything to celebrate, anything to send your way, or any way we can support you?
Well, I'm just I'm grateful, first of all, for you guys having me here, and not roasting me when I accidentally clicked the link and then get out and then came back again. I'm mostly curious. I'm mostly curious about being a Puerto Rican. I know that I come from 3 cultures. Like my people come from 3 cultures, and one of them being African. We're not taught that. We're not taught that side of in our education system. That part of the culture, or even most of the part of our Taino culture. Most of it is what what the Spanish did, and then how he got taken over by the States, and the rest is, the rest is that history. I want to know more about the other sides of my culture, and I'm just curious, and I'm excited to see and to learn from you guys, from whatever panels you guys bring, from any information you guys are gonna be providing. So I thank you for that. I thank you for having this platform and doing what you're doing, because I think it's absolutely necessary. It's not just a pastime or something nice. It's just, I think this is necessary. This is required.
Sure. Thank you. I will direct you to our inaugural Africa Week 2020 and find the panels that Beto is on, because there's a reason on our website we have him as Soul Brother Oasis of Knowledge, because in his few hours that he was doing these sessions with the drums, he gave such an intense and intricate history of Puerto Rico's connection to its African ancestry that puts any curriculum that I have personally engaged with, I have personally been part of or learned from, to shame at how he connected everything. So find it, and Joey, and Joey keeps saying Beto is gold. In fact, Joey made it to my notice of quotes here of things that'll make it to t-shirts. So Beto is gold is going on a t-shirt at some point. Find him, because he is your own curriculum. And then with his energy, with his power, maybe we can all or join forces, and maybe that can be a call for a panel. What does African ancestry in Puerto Rico look like, and why don't we know about it?
Okay, yeah. Definitely. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Marisa, Mazin, anyone have anything that we can celebrate, send prayers?
Ooh, yes, I have something.
Go on, Mazin.
So one of the projects that I've been working on for a very long time is a dictionary of Nubian language, or dictionary of Nubian words to help preserve the language. It is a massive undertaking that I'm very thankful to have a lot of support on. And I've met a bunch of really amazing panelists and a bunch of really amazing people as a result of this. As a result of Africa Week, it's connected me to a lot of people. And I want to thank you guys for that, for having that. And I want to let you know that I appreciate all the time and effort that you have put into this. It has been amazing from Africa Week back in June, up until May, from May up until now. It's just been an amazing bunch of events that I personally have learned from, and I personally have gained a lot of people from. So I want to thank you both for making this happen. And thank you both for taking the time to be here and educating us and bringing people who will educate us also, and allowing us to not only learn, but also to teach as well. So thank you both for doing this.
Thank you. Blessings, and thank you for the work you do, and for being so willing to jump in and, be the token male on that public health panel when we need you to be, and everything else and everything more that you do. Please keep doing what you're doing and keep shining the light. Sister, anything you want to share with the family before you leave? Anything we can send your way? Marisa.
I need some positive vibes. I'm potentially going back to school to be a nutritionist. So I have to get that rolling.
When you say school,
congratulations.
Thank you.
What are you looking to do?
Well,
are you, because you're so young, I'm very hesitant to say masters. You look so young.
I'm 26. I'm not that young, but I'm also young.
Oh,
me too.
Like, I feel old, But everybody around me is like, you're young.
And this is where you end this conversation and leave, because you don't just stare us in the face and say you feel old when you're 26. I don't even remember what 26 looked like. Okay, sister, I am putting a link in here, northamerica.youraccess.org. This link right here is a portal. It is about a European Commission funded project aimed at promoting researcher mobility. It is a pot of funding for those looking to advance their research careers. So if you're looking to do a master's, a PhD, a postdoc, if you're looking for a job in a research field, if you're looking to join a research team, it does not matter where you're from. It does not matter your research career stage. All that matters is that you are excellent in your research and that you have the patience to go through this portal, because every day more than 6,000 different opportunities are dumped on that portal from across Europe. The project, starting 2021, has 120 billion euros in funding and scholarships. For the end of 2020, I think the funding was 80 billion. So I don't know how much of that is left, but there's still a lot of money left. So get on that website, put in your keywords of what you're looking for, reach out to me reach out to us on Africa Week 2020 here. Also, let's be friends on Facebook. So, because we're not really friends until we're friends on Facebook. Send me a message there. I'll get on. I see you shaking your head, Joelle. It was a joke. It was a joke. I was just funny. I was being funny. To have a session with you, I'll log on. We'll carve out an hour, and we can go through this website and see how you can start that. And let it not be just a thought. Put some action towards it, right? Thought, word, action. You were thinking it. You said it. Now let's put it into action.
Yes.
Okay? How's that for some positive vibes?
Thank you so much. This has been the scariest thing in my life right now, even more than COVID, even more than, living in this Claremont County, living in my county. It has been the steps I need to take to live my life, because honestly, until just recently, I didn't want to.
You know why?
I wasn't ready for it.
You know why? You know why you weren't ready for it? I mean, that's something that Alexandra can tell you a lot more about it. But Alexandra hasn't slept for the past 48 hours, if not more. So I will tell you my very humble opinion, and then I'm sure Alexandra will fill in later when she comes back and watches this and it sinks in. The reason you are scared, the reason you seem to be telling yourself you are not ready, is that, as we were saying yesterday, we are in a constant state of war with this lower self that's been conditioned to believe that we are lacking, that we can't do it. But also, it's very scary because deep in your soul, there's something there that is just roaring and ready to come out and saying, I got this. And if I just come out and get a glimpse of air, there is no stopping me. And that kind of power scares the weak you that you are trying to shut up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Allow that weak you to shut up. Sit down after we say bye today. Have a list of paper with that glass you're sipping on and list down 111 Marissas that you want to take charge. And I'm serious. Every single hat that you can possibly wear, that your friends, your sisters, your family come to you for, write it down. Marissa the creative, the listener, the helper, the problem solver, the dot connector, the diva, the fashionista, the stylist, everything. All that is you, write them down and tell yourself that every day that week you feels like coming out to wander, you will take out that list and you will randomly go down and you will pick one and you will have that Marissa run that day.
I like it. Thank you.
Okay?
Fantastic.
We are here for you.
Thank you so much,
Everyone
everyone.
says she is stronger than she thinks. We have
Bye,
already said this. We love her complete. Her toughness forms a big part of that. Yes.
Thank you, Zaza. Thank you, Sandy. I love you guys. And thank you, Africa Week 2020 family.
Ashe, ashe.
And
Good night, everyone.
good night.
Blessings, blessings. Thank you so much for staying with us. For those who stayed this long, it is 8:30 and officially 12 hours of Africa Week 2020. Good night and peace.